Hello, welcome to our program tonight. Coming up, government on course with this automotive development policy as President Akufo-Addo commissions Toyota Shusho vehicle assembling plant here in Ghana. Energy expert cautions government against any rush to select an investor for Deepwater Cape 3-point project following ExxonMobil's exit.
Yes, we've come out of COVID. 2021 is not the best time to do this. Even 2022 is a bit slippery. I'm thinking maybe 2023, the world economy will have fully recovered.
And tonight on the Joy Business Van, we'll meet health tech innovator Dr. Elvis Kumaforsen, who is helping reduce maternal deaths with his financing solution. Thanks for joining us, everyone. My name is Darryl Powell. Details right after this break. Welcome back to the program. President Akufo-Addo has commissioned the Toyota Shusho vehicle assembly plant, which is assembling some more models of Toyota and Suzuki vehicles in the country. The president stated that Toyota Shusho's presence in Ghana forms part of government's automotive development policy under the auspices of the Ministry of Trade and Industry with generous fiscal incentives.
Industry in Ghana. Toyota's presence in Ghana has been facilitated by government's bold move to develop the Ghana Automotive Development Policy under the auspices of the Ministry of Trade and Industry with generous fiscal incentives. And I applaud the hard-working, experienced Minister, Alan Chemating, in bringing the policy to fruition. By assembling and ultimately producing cars in Ghana, new and highly skilled jobs are being created. The use of foreign exchange to import second-hand vehicles will be reduced. And at the same time, the exports of made-in-Ghana cars to other African markets will earn our nation much-needed foreign exchange. The vision is to make Ghana a fully integrated and competitive industrial hub for the automotive industry in West Africa, and we are very much on course. This facility has already offered some 334 employment opportunities to young Ghanaian graduates from our tertiary institutions across the country, notably from the University of Ghana, the University of Cape Coast, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, the George Grant University of Mines and Technology, and some other technical and vocational institutions.
Making inroads with our automotive market. Moving on, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says the National Development Bank, which will take off by the end of July this year, will be a game changer that will transform the country's economy through industrialization and creation of more job opportunities. Now, this is because it will provide long-term funding of up to 15 years to businesses at relatively cheaper lending rates. There's more in this report.
Mr. Ofuriatta said the National Development Bank is part of the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda, which hinges on 3 pillars and will be different from that of the Agricultural Development Bank and the National Investment Bank. He was speaking at the corporate dinner series for CEOs of large corporates organized by the Association of Ghana Industries last night.
The second pillar is one of trying to get a consensus amongst all of us as CSOs, parliamentarians, politicians, citizens, as to a broad consensus of where we are going as a nation, so that we can argue on the margins, not on every issue, and therefore without one language, we are not able to then pursue, a committed path of development. So that's the second one. How do we get a conversation going so that we are in agreement on broad principles? And then the third leg, of course, is economic transformation, which is where the design of the Ghana Cares program, which is a 100 billion cedi program, comes in. And in there is the Development Bank as one of the enablers and to be able to cross over to where we want to go as a nation.
President of the AGI, Dr. Yao Edujemfi, told Joy businesses have been recovering, albeit slowly, after COVID-19 restrictions eased. However, he expects some further release from government in the mid-year review budget that is expected to be tabled before Parliament latest by August this year.
The business as a whole, since post-COVID, things are improving, but it's a very, very slow pace. Most companies, CEOs and captains of industries are really trying to get grasp of things, how to restructure their operations, particularly in terms of our cost of operation have gone up because, of course, we have to be buying face masks and putting all these things, in place so that at least our workers will be protected. So the cost of production has gone up in a sense, and we are spending more money in making sure that our employees are protected. However, customers are really not buying now. So in terms of productivity, most companies average, for a little survey we did, in terms of productivity has come down by 35%. So, but with time, we think that things will improve, and we are all hoping for that to happen.
The corporate dinner series brought together captains of industry from manufacturing, agro-processing, and pharmaceutical. The players, however, expressed worry about the reduction in benchmark port value by 50%, which they say is making them to lose market because of influx of imports.
Energy matters now, and energy expert Kojo Poku has urged government not to rush in making any decision on the replacement for ExxonMobil after the U.S. oil and gas giant abandoned the Deepwater Cape 3 Point exploration project. The local partner for the project, Guel, has indicated new investors are already expressing interest in the oil field and are making contacts with the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. However, speaking on the marketplace, Mr. Poku said government must approach the next selection process with caution.
Petroleum law does not allow a one-on-one negotiation as it was the case in the past. Now, all petroleum awards has to go through a tender. So I'm thinking that block will have to come back into the basket. And when the ministry and GMPC decides to do the next tender round, that block will be up for tender. I don't know that if there's anything this year, maybe next year they will prepare the documents for bid rounds to happen next year, because we might have more information on some blocks that is being cancelled, because there's a lot of companies that are sitting on blocks that are not doing anything. And to basically make sure that our upstream is very vibrant, we need to abrogate those petroleum agreements and put them back to tender. Yes, we've come out of COVID. 2021 is not the best time to do this. Even 2022 is a bit slippery. I'm thinking maybe 2023, the world economy will have fully recovered. My caution to Guel will be that they should not be too much in a hurry to be taking up percentages in these oil companies at this early stage where the risk is high. They should bid their time, and when the company, because if Guel decides to go up with their percentages. It means they have to contribute sizably to the exploration cost, which is risky. Okay, so I think that they should just keep to the 5%, take it baby steps, stick to the little percentages. When there is the discovery, then they can go in and basically exercise an option to up their investment. At this stage, I don't think Guel can afford to be risking the little money they have in exploration at this stage.
Now, the Food Trade Coalition in Africa has expressed confidence that efforts to remove trade barriers along the West African corridor will yield positive results soon. According to the co-chair of the coalition, Zaid Hamwe, non-tariff barriers will be a major challenge to the continental free trade area if various governments neglect the call by stakeholders to deal with it. He spoke to Joy Business after addressing the coalition's General Assembly in Accra.
The non-tariff barriers include internal checkpoints where traders are harassed to pay unapproved charges on their cross-border trading activities. The practice has been described as one of the major setbacks for regional trade, especially along the West African corridor. In an interview after addressing the General Assembly in Accra, co-chair of the Food Trade Coalition, Ziad Hamoui, said despite the challenge, they hope policy-level engagements will be intensified.
To become more food-dependent, but the barriers remain, whether the internal ones because of the many checkpoints which are leading to long delays and losses in especially in perishable products, for example. And then with the actual, let's say, the procedural aspects affecting regional trade. So regional trade has not stopped, but that doesn't mean that we have free movement of trade across West Africa, as you know. There are many issues that have to be handled at policy level, but also at practical level. And so we are hoping that with the Food Trade Coalition for Africa, we will be able to tackle these issues as a group in order to interact with the various stakeholders, whether from the private sector or from the policy sector, to create this kind of platform to discuss the issues and to have meaningful policies that, first of all, represent the interests of governments and of the private sector and the economic operators.
Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Oshri Befi, believes that with the implementation of the Continental Free Trade Area, Africa can make progress in curbing the menace.
It gives opportunity to everybody in Africa, especially in Ghana, to take advantage of trading, not only in the area of agriculture, but even other products that are also necessary, because we are talking about a population, a total market, estimated market of 1.2 million people, and we are talking about a combined GDP of 3.4 trillion US dollars. I mean, this is a big market, very big. And so I guess it is an opportunity for Africans and, for that matter, Ghanaians to take advantage of this, so that we will be able to operate to maximize more from Africa.
The General Assembly of the Food Trade Coalition Africa will be used to launch a food policy report in the coming days.
You're watching our Business Live. Still ahead tonight on the Joy Business Van, we'll meet health tech innovator Dr. Elvis Kumaforsen, who is helping reduce maternal deaths with his financing solution. That will be in a moment. Do stay tuned.
On MoneyLab today, we will continue our discussion on the types of investments we have available on our market. In the last edition, we looked at treasury bills, where we said if you buy treasury bills, it means you are giving money to governments or lending money to governments in the short term. For treasury bonds, you are lending money to governments, but this time around, you are lending money to governments in the long term. With treasury bonds, it ranges from 2 years and beyond. It can go as far as to 100 years, and this is what we call, or this is what is known as a century bond. If you are buying treasury bonds, it is important for you to assess the credit rating of the company, and this is done by investment houses on your behalf. If you are an investor who is risk averse, you don't want to take on a lot of risk, but you have appetite to invest in the long run, you can consider investing in treasury bonds. Join us as we continue our discussion on the various investments that we have available.
COVID-19 still in the news. I also look at some international business stories. Now, back home, health tech innovator Dr. Elvis Kumar-Forson's vision of ending maternal deaths or reducing them caused by lack of financing is gradually becoming reality. His financing product, Trimester Save, which provides digital finance and digital health solutions, continues to sign on many expectant mothers. It is now expanding to cover all women in the reproductive age bracket. The Joy Business Van is at Trimester Save today to discover more.
Hello, Joy Business Van. My name is Dr. Elvis Kumar-Forson, founder of Trimester Save. I'm not in the hospital today. I am at Ghana Innovation Hub to talk about our health technology.
Another day in the office, another day to make a difference in the lives of expectant mothers. That's what Dr. Elvis Kumar-Forson has devoted his time to in the last 2 years, and he has no regrets. Ghana has made significant strides in lowering maternal deaths, but access to healthcare is still a headache.
Notwithstanding the cover of National Health Insurance, for instance, mothers still have to be able to fund transportation fees to the hospital. They still have to find money to buy their list of birth preparedness items. For many mothers at the bottom of the pyramid who are unemployed, they need to find funds without paid leave to take care of themselves as they go to have a baby. Should mothers encounter any complications during the pregnancy, such as pregnancy-induced hypertension, that could be in as much as 30% of mothers. Mothers have to get out-of-pocket payment costs covered by their own funds.
85% of pregnant women have no complications. However, access to finance determines outcomes with regards to health and development of mother and baby. Is what motivated Dr. Forson to develop Trimester Save, an innovative financial inclusion and maternal health solution for women within the reproductive age bracket.
Trimester Save started out in February 2018, and over the last year and a half to two, we have made progress in building the financial reserves of 2,500 women who have been able to open accounts, thus get a digital identity, we call it, by having a digital financial savings account. These mothers also, we are making available digital health services to help them cater to their health needs as they approach the day of their delivery.
And that is quite some feat, seeing that only 70 had signed on the last time the Joy Business Van visited. Dr. Forson studied artificial intelligence at the Ghana Tech Lab and Entrepreneurial School. He's passionate about combining digital health solutions with digital finance. Of course, that's the future of healthcare delivery.
So on one platform, you are able to carry out savings. But on that same platform, you are able to have access to medical advice. You are able to have access to medicine orders. You are able to have access to other factors that affect your health, like supply of fast-moving consumer goods.
This Dr. Forson describes as one of the biggest successes of Trimester Save, having had health and financial institutions partner with him on his product to reduce maternal deaths.
We are very open to working with financial institution partners. Indeed, any financial institution partner that has an app, and probably more importantly, a USSD code, have been approached or will be approached by us. For now, we have Pan-African Savings and Loans of the EcoBank Group. We also have ARB Apex Bank that has a membership of about 144 rural community banks. 2 of them are already signed up to work with us.
Trimester Save has maintained the interests of its partners, including financial institutions and the Ghana Health Service. It's necessitated an expansion drive to reach 200,000 women and impress the United Nations Development Fund to place it in the cohort of top 10 global innovative solutions admitted in the COVID-19 Financial Resilience Program. Interestingly, the COVID-19 lockdown period saw a surge of 161% in deposits into savings. Evidence is the way to go in future. However, funding remains key to the success of Trimester Save.
Funding will always be a challenge we try to manage, and we are seeking to have more financial institution partners commit funds to onboarding more clients. We currently have a target of 200,000 women in the next 18 months.
Meantime, Dr. Forson is working on another product on occupational health, with men being the focus.
We are very happy to continue innovating. Many have asked, what about the men? We have Kwanso coming up. Kwanso is a digital platform for men. It's focused on occupational health and indeed road traffic accidents, which is a big cause of death in the male population.
Great journey so far for Trimester Save. It's been a little over a year when the product received its first public endorsement, a judge winner of the Ghana Investment Promotion Centre's flagship Youth Entrepreneur Competitive event. And there's more ground to cover. And that's Business Live tonight. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business, including MPRA to prosecute 15 firms for failing to settle Tier 2 pension contributions of employees. You can read more on that and other stories on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Carl. Thanks for watching. We are back same time tomorrow.